Hello. Welcome to the Confidence Cure podcast with Louise. Today we have another amazing episode for you, and I am all by myself, so I get to ramble on about absolutely anything I want, which is so fun for me. So this episode is for anybody that who feels like they are still behind, they are always wanting to hit their goals, but they always feel like they're not being able to achieve them. They are constantly putting themselves down, or they're waiting for the next best thing, or they're just not living in the present moment. So let me ask you something. So how often do you like ask yourself, or do you stop and actually look at what you are doing right now? So what have you achieved? What is going on great? How great are you as a person? Like, what have you attracted? Where's your business at? Like, how often do you do that? Do you do that regularly? Do you do that monthly? Do you do that weekly, daily, or do you do it at all? So how often do you actually do that? And this is just gonna like you, if you actually look at, like, do you have like a gratitude journal about yourself? Do you actually celebrate yourself when you have certain wins? Like, all of these things are actually going to help. So if you are somebody that is constantly waiting and waiting to perform better, waiting until something better comes along, and you, because you're constantly feeling behind, ask yourself that question, like, when was the last time I actually looked at what I already have, what I'm already doing correctly? Ask yourself that question. And then you've got to remember that confidence isn't about fixing yourself or something. It's about remembering that you already are doing it. You already are that person. The only thing that's stopping you from doing whatever you need to do, that being in a relationship, in a business, in family, and in like personal goals like weight loss or building muscle, whatever it is, the only thing that's stopping you doing that is yourself through the mind, because you are telling yourself, you're giving yourself excuses in the mind that you can't do it. And this is just because you are looking at all the things that are preventing you from doing it. It's the things that you don't have, the things that you haven't achieved yet. And this is why you are not where you need to be. And so this is what it does. So this type of mindset, where you are constantly concentrating on things that you don't have, literally puts you in scarcity mindset. And this is where you are literally chasing things. You are chasing for validation. You are chasing to feel better. You are chasing to get that next promotion. You are chasing to lose another couple of pounds. You will be happy when you lose 10 pounds. You will be happy when you get a promotion. When your business is open and it's running freely, then you can live. That is your scarcity mindset, because it's not letting you live right now. You are literally living in fear and waiting for that next bit of time where you can think, okay, I can actually live. And because you are literally focusing on what's going to happen. It could take a year to get to there. So you're literally just looking at the next gap. You're not looking at what you are doing right now, and you are constantly looking at what is missing right now to get me from A to B, but you're not actually looking at what you're already doing that's working, what's making you feel better, what you already have done that is working, and just you in general. And so if you are doing this, these are the sort of thoughts that I would look at. If you're constantly saying these, like, I'm not as consistent as I should be, you should be in the gym, what, I don't know, 5 days a week, but you're only doing one or two or something like that. You're not looking at what you are already doing. Like, okay, yeah, I'm actually really rammed, but I've still managed to do two. Like, you celebrating yourself. Come on, you are actually good. That just gives you self like confidence. Yes, I know I've been busy, but I've still managed to do this. I don't have enough time. Okay, you might not have enough time to do absolutely everything you want to do. However, what time do you have where you can implement something? So if you don't have time to do an hour and a half workout, can you just do 15 minutes here? Can you do 15 minutes there? If you don't have enough time to spend time with your partner, okay, yeah, you can't go see them, or you can't spend a lot of time with them, but you've got 2 or 3 seconds to send them a text, or write to them or something. You might not have time to do a full shop or something. Okay, yeah, but I've got an extra 10 minutes now. I can order a healthy shop to the house. Rather than saying, complaining or moaning that you don't have enough time, or you don't have this, or you don't have that, then you can literally just reframe it and be like, right, okay, yeah, I don't have that, but I do have this, and I can make it work. So if you want something, you just got to reframe it and make it work with what you do have rather than what you don't have. So again, if you haven't hit a goal or something like that, don't forget, a goal can take so many years, but there's also, along that journey, though, you are doing a lot of micro goals. Okay, so yeah, you might not have hit a goal that you particularly want, but on that goal, on the journey for that goal, you might have learned some self-discovery. You might have had to change the road that you're going on. So you've always got like the end path, but you've literally had to change the road that you're going on. So you might have hit the goal in a different sense, but you might have just taken a different journey. So just because you haven't done it the way that you think you have, you're putting yourself down when actually you've hit 1,000 micro goals and you're just taking a different journey, which is even more enjoyable, and you've actually learned a lot more and it's helped you grow. But just because your perception of how you're going to do it from getting from A to B, so you've just basically just looked at what you haven't got rather than what you've actually gained from not getting that goal and what you've learned. Like, I can tell you there's so many things that I thought I would have done by now, but I haven't. But I'm kind of thankful I haven't, because I wouldn't be where I am right now. I wouldn't have learned what I've done right now. I wouldn't be growing in the way I am right now. I wouldn't have the opportunities, and I wouldn't be looking at life the way I am right now. So yes, there's some things that like I wish I had done or I did have right now. But I am kind of glad that I don't, because it's happened for a reason. And this is what I'm thinking. I'm glad it's happened. I looked at what I can. Okay, what can I do have this? What can I do right now? And if you are somebody like, if you're not looking at life in this perception or like in this view, and you're constantly looking at what you don't have, that can actually really have make you poorly. It can make you ill. The result in that, you can literally be so shameful where you don't want to speak to people, you isolate yourself because you don't actually want to tell them, because tell them actually what's going on. You don't want to be truthful about what you're doing or what you've done or anything, because you are putting shame on yourself. So you presume that other people are going to be shameful as well. And it can actually paralyze people as well. So it can be so deflating on someone's mind, the body will follow through and you can literally just shut down. So there's been times like where you can just literally just like, you're working hard or something and your body will just shut down. And if your mind is constantly in this mindset and you aren't getting out of it, your body will literally not like it, and it will at some point shut down and you will become poorly, where you have to turn your phone off, you have to literally be bedbound, you have to recover in some way. So if you've got this mindset where you feel that you're not very good, you're always chasing and all of this stuff, you can be paralyzed. It can get really, really bad. So you might feel like, yeah, I'm exhausted, even if you're just sitting at something, or you're not like physically active, but you can be mentally active, and that can actually really, really pull somebody down. And also you're not even looking at yourself half of the time when you're in this energy, you're in scarcity energy. When you're in scarcity energy, you're not looking at things from a place of love, of like freedom or anything like that. You are constantly comparing yourself. You can either be comparing yourself from you, who you think you should be in the future, or you can be comparing yourself to like your idols, or your, what are they called, people that like are doing the same thing as you. You're not actually concentrating on yourself and learning about yourself. You're literally just putting yourself in the same boat as other people, so you're in completely comparing yourself, which again is not good mentally. And but yeah, it's just not a good space to be in. And nothing will ever feel good enough for you at this point as well, because you are perceiving yourself, you want the life that you've, that the ideology of your life of what you think you should have in your head. But ideally, if you're thinking about the future too much, you're not actually living in the present. So if you're having thoughts about the past, you're actually living in the past. If you're having thoughts about the future, you're living in the future. But if you're living right now in place of just pure peace, you are living in the present, and that's where you find your answers. That's where you find peace. Obviously, you have to dip in and out of the future and the past, because that's where you've learned. This is where you're going. So like the future, we're going there. The past is where we've learned stuff. So obviously, you need to use the experience. You want to know where you're going in the future and to guide yourself. But most of the time, you should be going from your intuition, from how you're feeling, from being in a grounded place, and not working from scarcity because you're in the future and you're worried about the future. Like you're not in the future just yet. So why do you need to worry about the future? Because you ain't even there yet. All you can do right now is make the most of what you've got right now to make your future even better. So when you are not feeling very good and you are constantly thinking about the future and everything like that, stop worrying, because you're not even in the future yet. The best thing you can do is step back, ground yourself, and then make the best decisions from a space of where you are being grounded to support you moving forward, if that makes sense. Because like I said, if you are constantly thinking about the future, you are not living in the present, and you're not even in the future right now. So why are you worrying about it so much? You can't do anything right now with anything that's going on in your mind. All you can do right now is just change what is happening right now. So the energy shifts are going to be different, and you can do different things to do this. And so where does the confidence actually live? And the confidence is already actually in you, and you can literally train your brain to see where you are actually like a don. Like every single person is a don, but they just don't know it. We're all got our different cycles going on in our minds. Like the mind is the biggest thing that rules the world in everybody's life. So we are already absolutely amazing people, but no matter what's happened to us, we're all in these cycles and we believe them because they're the only thing that's with us 24/7. So there are different ways in which you can actually change this energy, and you can start to see like the world in a different place. You can start to see yourself in a different place. You can stop working from a scarcity mindset. You can start working from confidence and peace and grounded, and enjoy the present and look forward to the future, because you know that you're doing it from a place of love, peace, and you know that you're not doing it from a scarcity mindset. You're not run down. You are literally, you're doing things in the correct way, and not just, you can actually enjoy it without feeling anxiety and all of these things, and just self-doubt and just not feeling good enough. And you don't have to isolate yourself and just be ashamed of who you are and comparing yourself. Like literally, there's nobody in the world that does anything the same way you do, and that's the biggest trait you can ever have. The most attractive trait anybody can have is just being themselves. So I think everybody in the world should learn how to literally just be themselves in the present moment, and that is where true confidence comes through, where they already believe in themselves. So what can you do to actually do that? We've got to be thankful for the things that we're already doing. Okay, I'm thankful that I got out of bed this morning and I didn't want to. I'm thankful that I I've only done one gym session this week. I've done more, but like I'm just saying, in normal, that if you can only do one gym session, but you got that gym session done, be thankful that you managed to get a gym session done. Yes, you only did one, but one is better than none. And be thankful that you've actually got a body that's well enough and healthy enough to even take you to the gym and do exercise. If you don't have a car or something, or your car's broken down, be thankful that if you can walk, like be thankful that you've actually got two legs that can actually walk you to the shops and get you put food on your table. Like look at the things. I'm thankful that I've done that today. Like I'm so good at doing this. If you're looking after the household, okay, yeah, you might not be earning like £1 million or something like that, but you're making people's lives turn around. You're putting a roof over people's heads. You're putting food on your own table. You are already doing things that you don't even realize. It's just like we're all in our own little habits, and but because we're in these habits, we don't even realize that the celebration. Like a habit, for instance, like we go to the toilet, we flush the toilet. We don't even think about it, we just do it. And this is what we're doing in life. And because it's not wow or anything like that, but to some people these things can actually be a massive thing. Um especially if you're not in the right headspace. So celebrating the smallest of wins will actually be like, okay, yeah, I'm actually really good. Like a lot of people are performing at such a high level, but because they don't actually recognize like they that's just their normal, they are comparing themselves to where they actually want them to be, and it's completely different. Like you're actually doing so well. I don't think you recognize how well you are doing. So stop comparing yourself to the future you, because it's only you. From there's a gap between you, and you've still got some growth to do to get to there. So you are in the right place at the right time, and you are learning for the right reasons. And so this is what we do, and it's a space of awareness as well. So be aware, like, am I doing this because I'm not feeling good enough? Watch your thoughts. We have so many thoughts a day, and the majority of them are negative. And it's a case of learning how to like guide these thoughts, listen to the thoughts, ignore the thoughts, shut down the thoughts, and literally just it's it's a very big topic, but it's about of just being like thankful that you are aware of what's actually going on, and you get to choose whether you listen to the thoughts, whether you let the thoughts dictate your future and which way you go. It all comes from you, and the choice you get to learn how to navigate that, and just think the thoughts, the mind, everything like that is it's just a muscle. Like the more you learn about your mind, the more that it's telling you, like your mind will be putting you down so much and you don't even realize it. Your mind has its own habit. So if that is you and you are constantly putting yourself down, and sometimes people aren't even aware that their own mind is putting them down, but if you're not getting to where you want to be, it will be doing it in the background and you don't even realize it. So step back from what you are doing, just look at your life, or just like sit in a room or just watch yourself and be like, okay, what's actually happening right now? What am I telling myself? You are with yourself 24/7, and you're the only person that you are with 24/7. You're the only person that listens to absolutely everything in your head. So you should be listening to what you are actually telling yourself. Have you ever just been in the shower and you've just been in the shower for like 15 minutes and you just like, you just had a full blown conversation and you're like, okay, like you haven't even like relaxed because there's been no silence because everything's going on in your head. It's learning about what's going on and what you are actually talking to yourself about and how you are responding to that, because that is the only thing that's ruling your life. Um, and you just get to learn about it and just be thankful. So if you are getting up, you're going to work, you're putting food on the table, you're going to the gym, even if it's once or twice a week, you are still able to do these things. If you're not able to do these things, you're still like here, you're still doing things, you're helping people. There are so many things to be thankful for. And all the point in this is to look at what we can do rather than what you're not doing. Because if you are constantly looking at what you can't do, you are just sitting in a negative place, looking at the things that aren't gonna help you rather than looking at all the things that are going to help you. For instance, let me give you an example. So I recently I've always been a very, very independent person. I have always been like, no, I need to do this, I need to do that, because I know I'm not going to let anybody do anything for me, like, because I'm just so used to it. I like being independent. And then life was really tough because, like, you have to do everything from scratch. And, like, when you, like, it's just really tough when you feel like you're alone and you have to do it alone. And so it's only been the last few months that, like, I've actually taken support. And now, honestly, now I was always looking at the things that I had to do and I didn't have anybody to support me with these things. So I wasn't actually looking for it. Now, I've actually accepted it, and now I can see that people are doing it. I'm actually looking at all these people that are actually supporting me. I can't actually believe how just me changing my mindset about looking for things, rather than me saying I don't have anybody to support me, I've got to do it alone. I've started saying, actually, like, people can support me. I actually appreciate people that help me. I literally appreciate that. Now, just because I've done that one switch in my mind, do you know how many people are around me that love me and support me? Like, literally, I've been so overwhelmed with the amount of support I've got. But the funny thing is that all these people that are actually supporting me and around me and everything, they've been in my life literally years and years and years and years. They've always been around. But the only thing that's different is my mind. I allow it, I see it, and I recognize it. Whereas before they were offering it me, but because in my head I was like, no, I have to be independent, I have to be that. I wasn't wanting it. So I was shutting down that. And as soon as I changed that one switch in my head, that absolutely changed, and now I see it and I've got it. So I've always had it. This is the thing, you've always got everything you want. It's just yourself that's holding you back from it. So as soon as I just change that one switch, like, literally the support I've got is absolutely incredible, honestly. But I've never felt like I've had support before, even though I've got the exact same people supporting me right now that I've had for my whole life. It's just been that one switch. I don't have to be independent. I can have help, I can have support. I've got so many people that love me. Whereas in the old stories I was telling myself is, do you know what? It's so independent. You can't do this. You can't do that because you've got to do this, because you've got to stay strong, because you've got to be independent. You've got your mortgage to pay. You got this. You got that. Like, yeah, it's just literally just stopped. I was just like, do you know what? I have support. Like, who can support me right now? As soon as I started looking at who was it, what I already had, it literally just switched, and I've never been so thankful. And all I did was just change that one thought. Like, literally my whole life just changed, like, just that one thing. So this is how powerful it can be with just like, and this has just happened just as this is just like in the last few months. If I could tell you years and years and years and years and years the amount of times I've done this with different scenarios, it's absolutely crazy. Like, you can turn your life around by changing your thought patterns. And this is just one example of something recently. So the amount of times I've done it is absolutely incredible. And so that's just one example. And it's just absolutely crazy. You change your thought patterns, you be aware of what you're actually telling yourself, you work on it. It's just a muscle. And you literally get to the root cause and you can change that. Start by literally getting up in the morning and be like, right, what can I do today? And rather than going, right, okay, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't do that, I'm not going to have time to do that today. Okay, yeah, okay, what can I do today? I can fit a 20-minute walk in. I can fit okay, I don't have time to like cook a 3-course meal, but do you know what? I can make bulks, cook a salad and something. I don't know. Like, you can go out for a 10-minute walk rather than go for a hike or something. you can do something. There is always something you can do. There's always something you can be grateful for, and it's always right with you or right in front of you. It's just you're not looking, you're not allowing it, and the thoughts in your head are telling you can't have it. So if you haven't got your goals, you haven't got where you want to be, that's because your mind is stopping you somewhere. So first thing to do is literally start writing down things that you can do. So absolutely anything. Everybody has something that they can do, whether that's large tasks, small tasks. Number two, write down things, or even like mentally write down things that you're grateful for. So if you don't have a car, your car's broken down. Do you know what? Yeah, my car's broken down. It's a bit crappy right now, but what I can do is I can walk to the next garage, or I can do this. I have my legs that can do this. If you can't walk or something like that, you might have a cell phone. I'm so thankful that I've got a phone that I can ask for help. There's just so many different things that you can look, you can just change this perspective on absolutely everything, the things that you can be grateful for, the things that you already have, and that there will allow you, the more gratitude you have, the more thankful you are, the more you're going to get back, because you see more that you actually have, and you attract what you are. So if you're thankful for these things, but if you're not appreciating them, they're not going to come around more. The more you appreciate it, the more you're going to attract it. It's as simple as that. So you are literally blocking your own opportunities by focusing on your lack of things. And that is as simple as it is. If you are constantly like, I don't get this, I don't get that, I don't get that, but actually you've got this, this, and this is the path. So if you're saying you can't do this, then you're concentrating on that, when actually behind whatever you're being blocked from, there's a door to the gateway of wherever you need to go through your opportunity. So yeah, it's like if you're saying, and this is another thing, like if you're constantly saying, no, I can't do this, I can't do this, actually you in that place, your actions of after that is going to backfire, because you will start to say no to things that actually align with you, like opportunities, just because out of fear you'll be like, oh no, I can't do that because I can't afford it, I can't do that because I'm not confident enough, I can't do that because of this, I can't do that, I have to wait until I lose weight until I do that. So it's literally stopping you from your opportunities, and this is probably why you're not getting your goals or you're not happy. You also like recognize, oh no, I'm not good enough to do that, but you haven't actually acknowledged your achievements. You've probably managed to do so many things before, but because you haven't acknowledged it, you forgot, and you've already done it in some way of capacity. Like if you're nervous to start a new job, if you're nervous to go into a gym, if you're nervous to speak to somebody, like you've already done all these things before. We was all nervous when we first started school. We was all nervous when we first when we first went to work. We was all nervous when we had to do our exams. We've all had that first, but I think people just put themselves down when they do it. Yeah, and that's just the dog barking. So amazing. So we all need to literally celebrate your achievements, because you have already done so much, you already are doing so much, and that is just going to make the confidence within you. Actually, I've already done something like this before, it's just a long time ago and I forgot. So yeah, so what I would recommend to do is, like I said, if you can still hear me because the dog is barking, is just write things down, like literally write things down. 3 things that you've survived or you've achieved, 3 people that you've helped, like you are actually a really good person. How many people have you helped or influenced? And then you don't need to wait for more. You already are absolutely everything. You just need to see it, you need to feel it, and you need to look at what you already have done and what you have done. And that's when the next level of confidence literally just starts. Like you don't need to chase anything. You just need to see more about yourself, more that you can do, and that will just make a massive difference. Honestly, you don't need to wait for absolutely everything. You already have everything. You just need to recognize it. You've already done half the work, like, but you're just forgetting about it and you're just concentrating on things that you can't do. So if this is helpful, put all these things into action. Write down 3 things that you are really like thankful for, 3 things that you've survived or you've achieved, 3 people that you've already helped, things that you've already overcome, even if that is just going to school, starting a new job. These are things that you've already done. And then every single day, look at the things, look at your diary or whatever you're going to do, and just like, right, okay, what can I do today? Yeah, I might be busy, but I can still do this. I can still do that. I'm thankful I get to walk. I get to walk to work. I get to go to work and make money to put food on my table. I get to go to the gym to make myself feel good. Like this is just incredible. The way that you change things is just amazing. So I hope that helps. If you think anybody needs to listen to this and it's going to help them too, then send it to them. And yes, and I look forward to hearing Well, I'm not going to hear you. I look forward to the next one and speaking to some people in the future.